Welcome. I am Sumati from PG Department of Mathematics, Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College, Trichy. In this video, we are going to learn some applications of number theory in mathematics. Using this video, we can attend frequently asked questions in competitive examination. Overview of this content: congruence relation, Fermat-Stickle theorem, Wilson's theorem, arithmetic functions, and linear differential equation. We are going to see congruence relation. If A, B, C are integers and C not equal to 0, then A congruent to B modulo C is a congruence relation. If and only if C divides the difference of A and B. For example, 7 congruent to 1 modulo 2, because 2 divides the difference of 7 into 1. In a similar way, A not congruent to B modulo C, if and only if C doesn't divide the difference of A and B. That means that A minus B divided by C is not an integer. For example, 5 not congruent to 1 modulo 3, because 3 doesn't divide the difference of 5 into 1. Congruence relation is an equivalence relation. First one, for any integers A, B, C, A congruent to A modulo C is a reflexive property. If A congruent to B modulo C, if and only if B congruent to A modulo C is a symmetric property. A congruent to B modulo C and B congruent to D modulo C, then A congruent to D modulo C is a transitivity property. Next, Fermat-Stickle theorem. The statement is, if P is a prime and N is a positive integer, then P divides N power P minus N. The application of Fermat-Stickle theorem is following. Is 11 divides 2 power 35 plus 1. By using Fermat-Stickle theorem, we can say it is divisible by 11. Comparing with Fermat-Stickle theorem, P is equal to 11, N is equal to 2. Therefore, P divides N power P minus N is equal to 11 divides 2 power 11 minus 2. That implies 11 divides 2 into 2 power 10 minus 1. Here, 11 divides the product 2 and 2 power 10 minus 1. But we know that 11 doesn't divide 2. But 11 divides one of the two factors. Therefore, 11 divides 2 power 10 minus 1. It can be written as in a congruence format, 2 power 10 congruent to 1 modulo 11. From the problem, consider 2 power 35 plus 1 equal to 2 power 30 into 2 power 5 plus 1 is equal to 2 power 10 whole power 3 into 2 power 5 plus 1. Instead of 2 power 10, we replace 1 by the above congruent relation. Therefore, 2 power 10 is equal to 1 means that 2 power 5 plus 1 congruent to 32 plus 1 equal to 33. Therefore, 2 power 35 plus 1 congruent to 33, which is congruent to 0 modulo 11, because 11 divides 33 with remainder 0. Therefore, 2 power 35 plus 1 is divisible by 11. Next, Wilson's theorem. The statement is, if P is a prime, then P divides P minus 1 factorial plus 1. The application of Wilson theorem. Find the remainder when 22 factorial divided by 23. Comparing with Wilson's theorem, P is equal to 23 That implies P divides P minus 1 factorial plus 1 implies 23 divides 23 minus 1 factorial plus 1 implies 23 divides 22 factorial plus 1. It can be written as 23 divides 22 factorial minus of minus 1. This equality can be written as in the form of congruence. 22 factorial congruent to minus 1 modulo 23. We know that 22 congruent to minus 1 modulo 23. From the previous congruence relation, 22 factorial congruent to minus 1, minus 1 congruent to 22 by the previous congruence modulo 23. By using symmetric property and transitivity property, 22 factorial congruent to 22 modulo 23. Therefore, 22 is the remainder when 22 factorial divided by 23. Next, we move on to arithmetic functions. Pi of n, d of n, and sigma of n. Pi of n denotes the number of integers less than or equal to n which are relatively prime to n. For example, let us take n equal to 10. Then, how to count from 1 to 10, how many integers less than or equal to 10 which are relatively prime to 10. Here, 1, 3, 7, 9 are the only integers which are less than or equal to 10 and which are relatively prime to 10. Therefore, count is 4. Therefore, pi of 10 is equal to 4. In a similar way, d of n is equal to number of divisors of n. From 1 to 10, what are the integers? Divisors of 10, 1, 2, 5, 10. The only integers divides 10. Therefore, the count is 4. D of 10 is equal to 4. Sigma of n is equal to sum of the divisors of n. For n equal to 10, we know that by the previous divisors of n, 1, 2, 5, 10 are the divisors of 10. Therefore, sum of those integers is equal to 18. For large n, for finding pi of n is very difficult. At that time, we can use the following formulas. Pi of p is equal to p minus 1, where p is a prime. Pi of pq is equal to p minus 1 into q minus 1. This number is having two different primes. Pi of p power n is equal to p power n minus p power n minus 1. Pi of p power r into q power s is equal to p power r minus p power r minus 1, q power s minus q power s minus 1. Now, we are going to see the application of Euler's pi function. How many numbers less than or equal to 1000 and relatively prime to 1000? For this, we have to factorize 1000 into primes. 1000 is equal to 2 power 3 into 5 power 3. Pi of 1000 is equal to 2 power 3 minus 2 power 2 into 5 power 3 minus 5 power 2 is equal to 8 minus 4 into 125 minus 25 is equal to 4 into 100 is equal to 400. 400 numbers are less than or equal to 1000, which are relatively prime to 1000. Next one, d of n. It denotes number of divisors of n. For a single prime, d of p is equal to 1 plus 1 equal to 2, because the divisors of any prime is 1 and itself. Therefore, d of p is equal to 1 plus 1 equal to 2. D of pq is equal to d of p into d of q, that is equal to 4. D of p power n is equal to n plus 1. D of p power r into q power s is equal to r plus 1 into s plus 1. Application of d of n. Find the number of divisors of 1000. For this, again, how to factorize 1000 into primes. We get 2 power 3 into 5 power 3. For this, we multiply the powers of 2 and 5 plus 1. That means that 3 plus 1 into 3 plus 1 is equal to 4 into 4 is equal to 16. The function sigma of n, it denotes sum of the divisors of n. For this, we can use the following formula. Sigma of p is equal to 1 plus p. Sigma of pq is equal to 1 plus p into 1 plus q. Sigma of p power n is equal to p power n plus 1 minus 1 by p minus 1. Sigma of p power r into q power s is equal to p power r plus 1 minus 1 by p minus 1 into q power s plus 1 minus 1 by q minus 1. The application of sigma of n. Find the sum of the divisors of 1000. For this, again, we have to factorize 1000 into primes using the previous formula. Sigma of 2 power 3 into 5 power 3 is equal to 2 power 3 plus 1 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 into 5 power 3 plus 1 minus 1 by 5 minus 1 is equal to 15 into 156 is equal to 2340. Next, linear differential equation and its application. Let a, b, c are integers, a and b not equal to 0, then the expression ax plus by is equal to c is called linear differential equation. Solution of this equation is a pair x comma y of integers that satisfies the equation. Linear differential equation ax plus by is equal to c has a solution if and only if d divides c, where d is the GCD of a comma b. The pair p comma q is the initial solution. Using this initial solution, we can find the other solutions. X is equal to p plus t into b by d and y is equal to q minus t into a by d, where t is equal to minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Is 15x plus 27y equal to 1 has a solution? Using linear differential equation, we can say it has no solution because comparing with the linear differential equation, a is equal to 15, b is equal to 27, c is equal to 1, and GCD of 15 and 27 is equal to 3, and 3 does not divide 1. Therefore, it has no solution. Is 2x plus 3y equal to 4 has a solution? Yes, it has a solution. Using linear differential equation, we can say it has a solution. Comparing with linear differential equation, a equal to 2, b equal to 3, c is equal to 4, and GCD of 2, 3 is equal to 1. Here, d divides c, that is 1 divides 4. Therefore, it has a solution. Now, we are going to find the solutions. Here, a equal to 2 and b equal to 3. Therefore, the largest integer 3 can be written as in the form of 2 into 1 plus 1. From this, 1 can be written as 3 minus 3, 2 into 1. From Euclid's division lemma, 3 can be written as 2 into 1 plus 1. From this equation, 1 can be written as 2 into minus 1 plus 3 into 1. Comparing with the given equation, 2x plus 3y is equal to 4, we get 4 is equal to 2 into minus 4 plus 3 into 4. That is, how to multiply 4 in the above equation, we get the given equation. Here, minus 4, 4 is the initial solution. The other solutions are x is equal to minus 4 plus t into 3 and y equal to 4 minus t into 2. t is equal to -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, etc. Thank you.